Hello, and welcome back to the Mediterranean Meander, episode 6, where we will be playing in this cup match against Abuli, and then also going on to play a few of the later matches, like Aragvi and Simgrello. So yeah, the losing streak has continued. I think we need to change tactics, but also this team's not good. It says they should be at this level, but we're really not. It's not like we're doing awful. Like we're in seventh, so that's not terrible. Um, but I don't really know what like these players are can play a different tactic either. We kind of don't have enough people. We don't have wingers. We don't have enough wingers. We don't have enough. Like this is our strongest tactic right here. I think maybe we change the style, but I don't know. So, anyways, on to the match. They are, I believe, not a second division team, a division or two below us. Yeah, they're in regional league. They're saying professional. If we don't win this, something's very wrong. None of our applications were successful in the downtime, but I applied to a few more jobs just in case. The pitch, we are moving forward. Tipped right over by Kokadze. All right. Corner here. Oh, I changed the I added play for set pieces to the tactic. Not that they've been particularly great for set pieces this season as opposed to last, because we don't have Karenko out there, and the level of the league is slightly higher. But oh, come on! But it allows us to be slightly more contained in our game, bit more better paced for the actual team itself. As I say that, we score from a set piece. So I guess I say we do that. We're going against people who do this part time. They're probably like bricklayers or something in the on the side. Oh, Torpedo's playing in the preliminary round. How does the Georgian Cup work? How many games are going on? Or is that just an entirely separate set of circumstances? Is that just an entirely separate match going on where Torpedo is just blowing people out of the water? All right, we're shooting from distance, and that's a good goal there. Volley on the rebound. Looks like we're going to snap our losing streak, which is good because if we didn't, serious questions, I may be getting fired. Um, as long as I continue to pay for my coaching course after I'm fired, though, I don't particularly care. Well, if I'm fired, obviously, not that I'm going to be fired. If I lost this, then the pressure's up. But yeah, all right, they're playing it forward through the center of the pitch, moving up to the wing. Not able to break through a shell as of yet. All right, good. I thought I was going to be called a pen for some reason. But never in a million years is that a penalty. There was uh, one of the worst goals I've seen. And offsides? Yeah, offsides. I'm surprised it didn't go in, but not that it would have mattered, but I kind of bounced off the crossbar twice. But yeah, my goalkeeper looked like, I would say Andre Onana, but it wasn't his shot stopping that was the problem. It was his distribution. So Jose Sa, um, Or Nana, I guess. He's not good at that either. Uh, but just headed it straight towards the opposition, left the net wide open, which is fun to watch. It was the reason we lost the last match. We would have drew otherwise. It's a real shame I couldn't actually sign a replacement goalkeeper. Gabunia playing a patient game right now, which is what we want. I set my tactic for that. Good goal there. I think he's onside. And he is. It's the 90. This doesn't really matter, but I'll put someone on. There'll be at least one stoppage in play. And that is a win. Good for us. We need this for our morale. No. And we are playing Garage. Oh, well, that's a loss right there. That's a second. Wait, is that the second league? No, that's the top league, right? Yeah. Wait, oh no, that's Dynamite Police. Yeah, I just got very confused. Um, yeah, we're playing a team in the top flight then. Oh, so that is interesting. Apparently, all the teams in Georgia play in the qualifying rounds. Yeah, 128. That's cool. And I assume the round before is just the amateur teams and the semi-pro teams playing against each other to see who gets in. Similar to how the U.S. Open Cup has a contingent of amateur teams that can make it in. And then whoever makes it the furthest gets an extra $25,000. I think it's per division as well. So amateur, I think USL gets it as well. And I think the MLS also has that, but it's kind of like minor for the MLS clubs. Yeah, the US Open Cup is very, very good. Can recommend. And then the grassroots, it's weird because this grassroots soccer in America is incredibly strong. There are so many local teams that exist out there. Like the Cosmopolitan League, for example, which is just New York City metro area and a few other positions. It's like, I think I'm going to Google this so I get the number right. The Cosmopolitan Soccer League, which was founded in 1923, has 112 teams in it. And it is, well, yeah, so it's one of the oldest ones in the US. I think the San Francisco one is older. It's won a few US Open Cups, I believe. And it's kind of one of those things where the top level of American soccer is okay. It's not great, but it's not awful. Like MLS is a decent league. And then the USL is also fairly good. Obviously, it doesn't compare to other nations, like top nations, second leagues. And you go down to like USL League One, and all those clubs are professional, which is better than you can say about France, for example, where the third division of France, the Championnat National, is not fully professional. USL League One is. And hopefully I think the end result is they merge at some point. They have to. There's no way you can have two top leagues. But yeah, I think we will be back for these two matches here, just because we can probably win those, and then we'll be done for the episode. Unless something incredible happens. All right, so we have reached the Aragvi match. We had a win, powered by Kurenko, who got in the starting lineup because the other guy got hurt, and he scored 3 goals. Good for him. And then he didn't score again over the next 2 games, so that's good for us. But I'll take a win, and I'll take 4 points out of 3 matches. That puts us in a decent spot. And it's weird to think we're already a quarter of the way through the season as well, because there are only 36 matches. So, all right, let's see if we can beat. Well, let's get to the match and see if we can beat them. I can't remember if telling players that they suck improves your discipline level for your attribute. I think it does, but that's like, fringe. Oh, I remember seeing this once 3 years ago. But I used to remember that doing that a lot would take your rating and basically boost it over time. So I remember being I did a Alfton save, Alfton Town in FM 21, lower league to prem, that kind of thing. And my level of discipline was like 20 when everything else was like 3. Because I just kept on going after the players for being bad in training. It was very funny. See, I couldn't coach for shit, but the players were just terrified of me, so they can't say anything. All right, this is a match we hope to win, considering we beat them at the beginning of the season. And they have been worse than us marginally for the rest of the season, and that's a good way to start it. As Kurenko heads it down, and Zulia jabs it home off the bounce. Bad positioning by the goalkeeper there, but whatever. Yeah, he didn't commit. That was the problem. He stayed in the middle, so he wasn't able to get to either spot, which is why Kurenko was able to knock it down. All right, and we are on the attack again. I like how we're playing this year. He's offsides. This is why the sideline camera is the best camera angle, because you can see who's onside or offside better than any other one. Well, and obviously with the 2D, you're actually seeing where they are. So there's they're not exactly where they are on the pitch in the 3D one, which hopefully in FM26, that is fixed because they're moving to the new engine. So hopefully it's directly 1-to-1, and it's not the 2D blobs are here and the 3D ones are here, and there's like a couple feet in between of those there. Good job, guys. Just hold on. I'll take a 1-0. We don't need to be good this year. I just need to not suck so I can get a job. That also allows me to cut off leagues. Good job, Zulia. Allows me to cut off leagues and make the game speed up, which is what I'm doing right now. Is that basically in Europe, I'm going and cutting all the leagues out that are like below the top 150 to like 120. So like for Kosovo, for example, I'm cutting all 3 of the bottom leagues, even though I think the top one's like 120. Because the top league's only like 90 or something like that. So it's not a big difference. If I'm getting a Kosovo, I'm going to the top league, not the second league. And then for all the African ones, I'm cutting to the first division and like some of the lesser leagues like Libya, and then in like Morocco and Algeria, I'm cutting to the everything but the top 2, which should hopefully speed up the game a bit, because currently I have like 140,000 players loaded. Which, I mean, the game still processes fine. I've had more than this in Journeymans before, but it definitely speeds up when you start cutting out leagues. But mainly it speeds when you start cutting out nations, which I'm not going to do yet. So I may cut out Georgia. I may do it where like I can't go back to a nation, or at least I'll cut out like the minor ones. If I go to Tunisia, no, probably not Tunisia. If I go to like Libya or something, I'll probably cut out Libya when I leave, compared to like Egypt or Algeria, where those are legitimate like top leagues. Or I may go back. If I'm in the second division of Algeria, leave, I may come back to try and win the African Cup of like the African Champions League and stuff. That's over the top, as we seem to be holding on to a 2-0 lead. And that is good for us. Processing. Let's see. What are the results today? I know all the matches already happened. R/soccer. Ooh, good job, Leon. 2-2 is pretty good. Especially since that first goal that Almada scored, like, it's weird because Onana's not great in the league. He has all the same mistakes, but he's like average-ish, probably below average in the league. And then he goes to Europe and he's just so bad. It is actually incredible. Okay, this is like the third time you've that's the other way around. Alexander-Arnold is supposed to be encouraged by Vinicius to join Real Madrid, not the other way, not encouraging Vinicius to join Liverpool. But yeah, I'll just continue while I'm talking about it. In the league, he's okay. Like, he's not the type of keeper you have on a team that's going to be contending for the league title. But he's better than some of the other people. Like, I'm a Wolverhampton fan. Jose Sa is okay. I think he's a Premier League level keeper, but he's like the 19th best keeper in the league. He's not good. I hope we replace him. He's been a great servant at the club, and I really appreciate all he's done. I wish we kept Patricio. I know that's probably wouldn't have been possible, but he was able to play 3 more years at a high level, and definitely would have helped us out. I really hope. I don't know if we're going to be able to swing it. Fosun is going to have to put up the cash. I really hope we go out and get Restes from Toulouse, just so we can do something. You know, I don't know if he's the best keeper right now for us, but we signed him. Payout probably it's probably gonna be a good amount of money, like 40 million, which we're gonna have, like 40, 50 million, yeah, which we're gonna have because we're gonna sell Kuna. We're probably gonna sell Huang Hichan. And we're probably gonna sell oh god, what's his name? Sarabia. Kuna's definitely gone. There's unless the only way Kuna is not gone is if another team doesn't bid for him. Which could be possible. I don't know if United or Arsenal really value him at like 63, 62 million pounds. But otherwise, that's the only way he stays. If he gets a bid, he's gone. And then, so we should probably have 80. We're probably going to get like 10 million for Huang Chan at most, maybe 5. He obviously has a large market because he's South Korean. So there's some teams where he's probably going to make them more than $5 million a year just from like merchandising or like going on a tour in South Korea alone. So some of those ones here may be worth it for them. We really should have sold him last year when you got the bid of 25 million. But yeah, I think Pereira is good. I don't know how long he's going to be the coach. Hopefully, he stays longer than he normally does. But I guess when he was in China, he stayed for like 3 seasons. It's like 100 something games. So yeah, 3 seasons. But obviously, we want more than that out of a guy in the Prem. And he's always wanted to coach in the Prem. And obviously, we have the Portuguese connection there. So I'm not worried about him jumping ship, but he does always cause some concern about leaving whenever he wants. All right, but anyways, we are in the Sangrello match. which is again another match we should be winning. We are better than we have beaten them, but I don't know. We're not that much better, but we have beaten them. I think we beat them like what 2-0 at the start of the season. Either way, hopefully we win. As nothing is happening for the first 25 minutes. All right, they're coming forward on a. Okay, that is not a penalty. That was not a goal scoring opportunity in the first place. But he got tripped up by the ball. Go block this. This is we're being robbed. We're robbed. They're paying off the ref, I swear, I saw it. All right, we have recovered the ball and are moving forward in their half the pitch, playing it forward slowly. That's actually not a direct pass, but it's a quick one. All right, back to that man. Zazulia almost puts it in. He's probably been our best. Oh, I can't really say someone's been our best player other than Kurenko, who has scored 33 goals over the past 20 in the 20 games I've been here or whatever. But Zazulia has probably been our most. He's probably been our best player overall. If you like, just ignore raw goal scoring, which is a stupid thing to say. This guy, yeah, if you ignore all the goals he scores, the striker's useless. But he's always been more clutch, I think. Good passing. Kurenka puts in the back of the net to equalize. If I just insult them, he likes being insulted. He's into that. All right, time to make some subs. Iglia can come off. All right, we're good. Adrian Cruz, I've probably been setting him more. Like he's 36, so he's obviously not. He's on loan, so it's not a long term. But he's like tens and everything is pretty good for mentals and technicals. It's not like physicals are. This is not a physically demanding league. It's not a be all end all if they're slightly worse than that. All right, they're playing along at the near side of the pitch as we get a tackle in, but they recover the ball. Back to their winger, Shushkin, who puts it in. Basaria can't quite control it on the header, and they put it back in the box, and Silveredge puts it into the net. All right, well, that's an unfortunate game. Wasn't really a ton to talk about in it. So yeah, sorry about that. But that feels like a good point to leave off this episode. Um, yeah, I don't think I'll get fired this year, but it's definitely going to be something on the edge because they are not happy. They want to play. We can't play counterattacking football if we're expected to be a good team. That's not how it works. But either way, we're probably not gonna get fired unless if we stay here the entire season, we're fine. And then if next season starts bad, we'll probably get fired. But hopefully I have a new job by then, so it won't matter. And then yeah, next episode, I'd say I think I'll probably go forward till let's say June, July, around that time. I'll play the two Dynamo Zagreb. It's not Zagreb. That's the wrong country. Dinamo Zugdidi, that's it. And then the second team of Tbilisi, maybe. And then the episode after that, I'll try and finish the rest of the season. So we should have 2 more episodes left this season, unless I move jobs, which in that case will probably have more than that, but we'll probably, I'd say 2, and then we'll get to the end of 2024. 3 if we get another job. But yeah, that is all for this week. And sorry for the upload schedule. It's been very hectic. After the 15th, after the 18th, I should be able to get to a more normal schedule of twice a week, probably on Mondays and Thursdays. But yeah, for now, that is all. See you next episode.